Hello and welcome back to Soul Cooking. Let me see if I can get some more lighting on. So I'm back. I have the corn in. I'm having to put a little bit more butter in because I don't want it to stick and burn. So I have it on the stove, and I told you all I wanted you all to come back and join me here. It's a southern kind of day, and so I'm trying to make sure I get it where you all can. Oh yeah, I got a good one. So I had to change from one electronic device to the next one. So welcome back. So it is cooking. I have it on about a medium. I need to add, excuse me. Let me get a little bit more milk. So I have it on, ready. Thank you all for coming back and joining me here in Soul Cooking with T. So as you can see, I have my corn. Thank you for Teresa for helping me, like, go ahead and put it on the stove because it ain't gonna get hot like you want to. So thank you for that. That's what I'm talking about. That's family. That's what family do. We make sure we help each other, support each other. And so now I have my corn in. It is cooking. I think I got enough butter and milk in it because you don't want it to burn. But what you do want is that as it's cooking, so you see I changed and I have a flat spoon. So what you do want is as it is cooking, you're stirring occasionally, and make sure you do this, because what happens is that what's going to be on the bottom, which will start to brown as it starts to cook. That is what makes it good. And we down south, what we call a crust, and it has a crust on it. That's the part that I love when I'm frying corn. So welcome. Hello. Christine says that's fire. Yes, Christine. Listen, girl, I was missing home, and so I wanted me some fried corn. And so I went to my local Walmart this morning, and they had corn, 50 cents a ear. And so I was like, maybe $1 will be enough. Then I was like, no, I think I better get $2 worth. And so I got my corn, and it's ready, and I am in here frying. We're going to have some fried chicken with it. And so for those that are just joining me, let me get my sign. Let y'all see my sign again. I have to show off my sign. So they told me it was backwards. So I have to figure out how to do it so that you all can see it. But it says Soul Cooking with T family. We're having barnyard, corn, and cab. So for those that are just joining me, if you can, tell me what barnyard is and what cab is. And so we are having this today. So let me see if my southerners on here, or my people from the West Coast, Midwest, East Coast, maybe you all know. And so that's what we are having today, because I was missing home, and so I felt like, okay, bring home to you instead of you going to home. It would cost me, yes, chicken and cabbage. Yes, Christine, that's exactly what we are having today. Chicken, cabbage, fried corn, and I forgot to put on there, got to have some cornbread. So I need to make some cornbread patties. And so I'll do that later with my fried chicken, because so I'm doing my prep. So I've already prepped. This is the pre, so that when I do get ready for dinner, my cabbage is already done and my corn is cooking. So I'm going to let that cook there. So I will, since you all are just joining, I'll show you my cabbage. So my cabbage, I already had my cabbage is done. See, I told you I took it off, and that was from the first video, and the cabbage is still cooking because I had the top on it. That's why I say, you check it with your fork to the right tenderness that you like or desire. And so I've had it off of the stove, and I just had the pop top on, and it's still cooking. And so that cabbage is at the perfect tenderness that that my family and I love. So I don't know if you can hear it. It's bubbling. It is bubbling, y'all. And so I'm just gonna let this cook. With the corn, it's just a taste to see how you want it. You still will have, because you have the kernels on there. It will still have a little crunch. So it just depends on if you like a lot of crunch, then tells how long you want to cook it. If you want it to be a little softer, then you let it cook a little bit longer. Now you may have to add some more seasonings. You may have to add some more butter. But I'm gonna turn this down, y'all. Hold on, let me see. And I'm gonna put it on a very low, like a low to medium. Yes, I got it on a low to medium. And now I'm just gonna let it cook. So I'll bring it a little closer so you all can see it. That's what it looks like. And so I'm just gonna let that cook probably another 10 to 15 minutes on low. I'll cut it down a little bit lower. I turned it off. Had it too low. Okay, so I cut it on low as I can get it. And I'm gonna let this cook for about 10 to 15 minutes. Then I'll come back and I'll taste it because I really want it to cook slow. I don't want it to rush. I don't want to rush it. And I want the seasonings, that everything that I put in it, I want it to, go through, simmer. And then I'll start pushing it with my spoon because I want that brown part. Christine know what I'm talking about. I want that brown part off the bottom because that's that crust. And so I'll be able to mix it in. I'll come back in and let you all see what the finished product is. And then I have to fry my chicken and some cornbread for later. But my corn and my cabbage will be ready. And so when my corn gets ready, I'll just put a top on it, set it off on a cool eye. And so when I get ready to warm up for dinner, only thing I got to do is I can just add a little milk to it. Just a little bit because you just want to warm it. You don't want to burn it. Just a little bit because it may be stiff. But you want to just add a little bit more of the evaporated milk. That just brings it back to life. Sheila says Southern stovetop fried corn. Yes, girl. And I cannot wait for supper because I am already hungry. So I've been holding them little spots in my stomach, just eating light. Ate breakfast, but I'm going to be ready for this one. I'm going to be ready. And I'll make sure I take pictures so that you all can see our Southern kind of day. And so as you can see, the corn will have like a top to it. So let me bring it over so I can show you what I'm talking about when I pull the corn back. So you see how that looks when you start to pull it back. It starts to have a little brown down in there. And so that's the part that we really love as a Southerner, because listen, then you have really mastered frying that corn because it's not burned. It should be a very beautiful golden brown, and it tastes delicious. Like, it tastes amazing. And so I am looking forward. I'm gonna leave it alone because I want it to cook. So you don't want to work it too much. You want to make sure you just let it cook. And so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let it cook for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then I'll come back and stirring occasionally, checking on it because you don't want it to burn. You may have to add a little bit more. Like I said, I've used butter, unsalted butter. Some people like to use vegetable oil, but I wanted today use a little unsalted butter. And so you just occasionally want to come back and make sure you stir it so it's not burning, and just keep an eye on it. Keep it on low so that it just simmers and it starts to cook, and all the seasonings are in it and everything comes together. So again, I'm Tawana Carlton, your host of Soul Cooking with T. And for those that didn't catch the first video, head on over to Soul Cooking with T. Catch the first video so that you can see all that went on for the prep to get the cabbage done and the corn as I've gotten it to this point, so that you can see what I've been doing. I've missed you all, but like I said, I've had some health challenges. But through the grace of God, I am up, I am moving, and I'm pushing through. I thank you all for joining me here for another episode of Soul Cooking with T. Tell your family, your friends, tell them about Soul Cooking with T. And listen, make sure if you have not checked out our YouTube video, go over to YouTube, check us out, subscribe, and let us know that you have subscribed to our station so that way we can shout you out. Thank you for those that caught me live and those that caught the replay. Again, I am Tawana Carlton, your host of Soul Cooking with T, and this has been just a Southern kind of day. Listen, I am a girl from the South living in this big city here on the West Coast, but I had to make sure I keep that flavor of a Southern girl in me and not lose none of that Southerner in me. And so again, have a great and amazing day, and thank you all for joining me. Thank you for the advice. Thank you for sharing. Make sure, when you're cooking, listen, share your video, share your post of what you're cooking. Let us know what you're doing with your family, because this is the time, again, that we should make sure that we are including our families, because we're still in a pandemic, and so we are still, having to wear our masks. Make sure you stay close, stay safe, the 6 feet. Make sure you're washing your hands and making sure you take care of your family. So whatever you're cooking, hey, show it to us. Send us your videos. Inbox me your videos so that I can share them with our Soul Cooking family and friends. And we love you and we thank you. Have a blessed and awesome week.